everyone, konnichiwa. So we have mastered the 46 hiragana characters, which includes 5 vowels a, e, u, a, o, and the consonants ka, sa, ta, na, ha, ma, ya, ra, wa. Let's learn some new sounds using the hiragana characters you already know. So, let me give you a detailed introduction about the way consonants are classified and about the sounds. So, consonants are classified into two, namely voiced consonants and voiceless consonants. The ones which you have been learning so far could be categorized under the voiceless category. And today's video is on the voiced consonants. A consonant can be converted into a voiced one either by using something called as voice mark or closure mark. Voice mark. When pronouncing a consonant creates a vibration on the vocal cords, on the throat. Those kind of consonants would be categorized under the voice mark, wherein the consonant is converted into this by adding something called as voice mark, which in Japanese is called as dakuten. Colloquially we call it as tenten. A consonant can be converted into some other sound also by adding something called as plosive mark. Plosive mark is, it explodes on the lips like a pop, pop. The sound is more to do with the lip. And the plosive mark in Japanese is called as handakuten, or colloquially we call it as maru. One thing common about adding these marks is, once you write the hiragana character, these marks are added on the top right hand side of the character. With this brief introduction, let's start with learning about voiced consonants today. Starting with voiced consonants. A consonant can be converted into voiced consonant using tenten. Tenten is nothing but two vertical lines parallel to each other added on the top right hand side of the hiragana character. Out of the consonants which we have already learnt, 4 of them can be converted into new sounds adding tenten. The ka, sa, ta and ha line. Starting with the ka line. If I added tenten to the ka character, it becomes ga, ga. Showing you the ga characters now. We had learned the ka characters as ka, ki, ku, ke, ko. Now I can convert ka, ki, ku, ke, ko into ga, gi, gu, ge, go. Let me write the sounds in English first. Ga, gi, gu, ge, go. It's simple to convert this character into ga. All you have to do is add the tenten to it. As in tenten. If I just add this tenten to the character, it becomes ga, gi, gu, ge, go. The order of writing, you would be writing the ka character first and you will end the writing with the tenten. Moving to the sa line. The sa line plus tenten is equal to za. So if I were to add tenten to sa line, it becomes za. Writing the sa characters first. Sa, she, su, se, so. If you remember, there was an exception in this character. It is not C, but it is she. These characters can be converted into za sound by adding tenten, and the sounds, writing them in English, are as follows: za, zi, zu, ze, zo. But one thing to be noted is, just the way it was not C, but it was she, this sound. Same way, in the za line also, this will not be Z, but it will be G. Za, ji, zu, ze, zo. And all you have to do to these characters is add the tenten to it. So, if I added the tenten and wrote it, you wouldn't be reading this as sa, but you will be reading it as za. This will be G. Example for this, G is jishin, earthquake. Moving to the converting ta line into some other new sound. The ta with the tenten becomes da. Da. Writing the hiragana characters of ta first. Ta, chi, tsu, te, to. If I added the tenten to it, the sound becomes da. Writing the sounds in English now. Da, di, do, de, do. If you recall back, there were two exceptions in this line. Can you recall back which ones? This one and this one. And here again, the sound is not di do, but something else. The sound here becomes, what was the sound here for this? What is this called as? Chi. Chi with tenten becomes G. This was not tu. What was it? Tsu. Tsu with tenten becomes zu. So, converting the ta line into da, ji, zu, de, do. Repeat it along with me. Da, ji, zu, de, do. So we have learned some new sounds without learning any new characters here so far. Moving to the fourth line of hiragana characters and converting them into new sound by using tenten. Ha line. Ha can with the tenten becomes ba. Writing the hiragana characters first. Ha, he, fu, he, ho. It was not hu, but it was fu, if you remember the exceptions. So, writing the ba sounds in English first. This is ba, bi, bu, be, bo. And how do you get these sounds? Just add the tenten to it. Ha becomes ba. This is di. Now you may wonder, I gave an exception here. Remember, it was not hu, but it was fu. Is there an exception here? No. It is bu only. So this is bu, be, bo. Ba, bi, bu, be, bo. Done. So I have showed you the voiced consonants by using tenten. One thing you may be wondering now, I hope you have been able to see it. If not, let me draw your attention to it. These two characters and these two. If you saw, these sounds are the same. This is also G and this one also G. This is Zoo, this is also Zoo. Which means, should these characters at all exist? Why don't we have only one single character for it? Answer being, when it comes to G, either you write G this way or this way. You don't have an option though for it. It depends from word to word, context to context. But from my experience, what I can tell is the G which is most frequently used is this one. So, Jishin or Jidosha, G would be this one. So for now you take it as whenever you listen to the word or sound G, which one would you write? This one. Done. Coming to the next similar sound, Zoo. It could either be this one or this one, depends from context to context. Only by practice, when you see little more words, you will be able to understand when to write this Zoo and when to write this one. When you ask me a thumb rule which is common, I would tell 50-50. It could be this one, it could be this one also. So, with this, our voiced consonant done. Converting consonants into voiced by adding handakuten, else called as maru. Only one single consonant line comes under this category, which is the ha line. And this maru, how is it written or how is it added is, the hiragana character is written and to the top right hand side we draw a circle. A small circle, something like in geometry if you have to write 90 degrees, that degree kind of thing is this circle here. So, the ha plus the maru added to it, it becomes pa. Pa. If you remember, I told you this is plosive mark. It is more to do with the lip. Pa. Pa, pi, pu, pe, po. Pa. So now, writing the sounds in English, and let me show you how pa, pi, pu, pe, po is written. Recall back the ha line characters. It is this is the ha, he, fu, he, ho. If you have to read them as pa, pi, pu, pe, po, it would be written this way. Just add a maru or a circle on the top right hand side of the characters. That's it. You have learned another new line. So using the plosive mark, there are only 5 characters and they are these ones.